The Mississippi riverfront is the birthplace of St. Louis, but it's an underutilized resource today. Tonight on Ford, we're looking at the new push to invest in its potential as a destination for visitors and part of the front door to the region. The Mississippi River is the backbone of the city's history and the centerpiece of the experiences Rue Yawitz cultivates for visitors from around the world.
The river is a great resource. We always tell our clients out on trips it's the reason why St. Louis exists, you know, the confluence of the Missouri and the Mississippi.
Yawitz runs Big Money Adventures, which leads canoeing expeditions on the Mississippi and just started offering bike rentals along the riverfront trail by the Arch.
The Mississippi is part of Americana, and you know, the history of the country, and people from all over the world know about the Mississippi River, and a lot of them don't know that you can go out in a canoe and enjoy it at the level of the water.
Most recently, he hosted a group of visiting delegates from the UK following the launch of the British Airways route to London.
They said they had a great time, and you know, they wished that there was more time to be on the river.
The Mississippi and activities like the riverboat cruises along the Arch highlight the opportunities many visitors are looking for.
Love that this is open, you know, during the week, and it's not something you just have to come on a weekend to experience.
And something many locals like Kennedy Spino believe the region could build on, especially paired with improvements at Laclede's Landing and other redevelopment projects in the works at former industrial sites near downtown.
There's a lot of beautiful scenery that we have in St. Louis. You have the view of the Arch, you have the view of our parks, you have the National Park right sitting over here. We have a lot of ethnic food here, and we have a good culture. I would want to bring that to the waterfront.
Now, investing in the riverfront is part of the conversation for spending money from the Rams Settlement Fund. The most recent proposal would spend $110 million on North St. Louis, which includes money for housing preservation programs and tornado recovery. It also includes $65 million for infrastructure improvements. Downtown St. Louis would receive $55 million. $15 million of that would go toward a fund for capital projects, including acquiring vacant properties like the Railway Exchange. Another $15 million would go toward downtown infrastructure, and the city would spend another $15 million on economic development along the riverfront. The funds could be used on projects like restoring the Port Cocher near the landing or building a newer, larger dock for riverboats and larger cruise ships that travel the Mississippi.
I'm encouraged that it's on the list, that it's even being proposed.
Amber Barbeau, the director of the riverboat, says those upgrades would improve the experience for visitors.
I think the river is the front door to St. Louis, and so any improvement down here just helps to connect the city, the Arch experience, and the riverfront, and it's investing in the experience that not only locals and businesses have in St. Louis, but the tourists who are coming to visit us.
The proposal has sparked imaginations on social media, with users like Hellbender STL posting AI renderings like these of what a more vibrant riverfront could look like. Another user, Matthew Hibbard, pictured places for people to gather.
Oh my God, that would be absolutely amazing.
Spino liked those ideas, and visitors saw an opportunity for more dining options downtown, too.
Down here and sit on the pier at a restaurant, you know, kind of similar to Chicago, sitting out on the lake there.
For some, the lack of connections and amenities near the Arch hold back visitorship in St. Louis. Ryan McClure runs the Gateway Arch Park Foundation. We met with him and Gretchen Mingus, whose company, the Advantage Group, owns several properties on Laclede's Landing.
We have a river here that is critical to our very existence. It's why St. Louis is here. However, the riverfront lacks the amenities and the attractions that this city deserves. When you look around here, you're seeing one vendor here. You see riverboats here, but we need more. We need shade. We need things to draw people down to the water, attractions, and just more things for folks to do.
Mingus has been working to cultivate a neighborhood at the Landing. For her, part of the appeal is restoring the nostalgia in the region's best historic areas.
We talk about the Laclede's Landing, and everyone goes back 10, 20, 30, 40 years. Nobody talks about what's going on today, and that's really sad.
And they believe upgrading the docks opens up new opportunities for visiting cruise ships, which currently deboard passengers with a gangplank onto cobblestone.
If you ever watch one of those boats pull up and have them navigate getting off the cobblestones and watching, it's not a very inviting first impression. So we want people to get off and want to go around and wander and find shops and allow us to get more retail because there's more people coming on and off the riverfront that way.
It will take much more, but our organization and other organizations are ready and willing to put the money together to make this happen, to make this riverfront look like we want it to look as a city.
To get it going and finally get activation down on the river is huge for us.
These rivers are so important to the future of St. Louis.
For Yawitz and others, moving forward means capitalizing on what makes St. Louis unique.
You know, one of the things that we talk about when we paddle with people into the arch is this is an only in St. Louis activity, right? A lot of cities have a lot of the same things, right? Nobody has the arch and the Mississippi. And so I think the more resources and activities that we can put into the experience of the arch and the way it interacts with the river, the better, because it is just a uniquely St. Louis moment that there's no other city in the country that can offer that.
The city's holding its first hearing on this spending proposal 1 week from today, and we want to hear from you. What do you think the city should do with those funds? Email us at forward@firstalerts4.com.